Greetings to everyone and those who like the Kirby series games. The latest Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game is now out, and you'll be able to play this game into your Nintendo Switch or into your PC. In this video tutorial, I'm going to teach you on how to set up your PC so that it'll be able to play Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game. So these are the files that you need to have into your PC: keys, firmware, and the XEF file format of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game, and that you'll need to install the latest build of Yuzu Emulator. As of recording this video tutorial, the latest build is 1342. So for those who don't know and are new, Yuzu Emulator is a Nintendo Switch emulator. It can play and emulate any Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have installed all of these files here into Yuzu Emulator, because without these files, Yuzu Emulator alone cannot play Nintendo Switch games. So first of all, I'm going to teach you where to get Yuzu Emulator. And to do this, just open a web browser and just type in Yuzu Emulator and hit search. And then once done, go to yuzuemu.org, that is their official website. Click on the download button and then click download for Windows 64 if you're using Windows. And if you're using a Linux system, then you can just manually download the Linux installer here. Since I am using Windows 11, I'm going to download for Windows 64. And I have already downloaded and installed it, so I'm just going to skip on this part. But the download and installation process is really easy to do, and that anyone can do that. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this. And I'm going to assume that you have already downloaded and installed Yuzu Emulator into your PC. So, run your Yuzu Emulator now, boot up your Yuzu Emulator. And if this is your first installation, it means that it will say an error saying that you'll need some certain files installed into your Yuzu Emulator in order for it to play and emulate Nintendo Switch games. So what are those files? These are the files that your Yuzu Emulator needs. So that is the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. And it should be in version 15 in order for it to detect and play Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game. So your game should be in XEF file format too, for that Yuzu Emulator will be able to detect that game too. So if you're asking me where to get all of these files here, the only way that you can download it legally is that you own a Nintendo Switch console and you have a custom firmware installed in it. So it means that your Nintendo Switch should be modded. Because if it has a custom firmware installed into your Nintendo Switch, then it means that you can access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access, all you have to do is just copy and compile the files, such as the Nintendo Switch keys and the firmware. It's kind of a hassle if you don't know what to do, okay? So in order to get Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, you should buy the game. That's the only legal way. And you should own it and have a physical copy of that game and digitally back it up into an XEF file format. But if you don't own a Nintendo Switch at all, or if you have a Switch but don't know how to mod or install custom firmware in it, then I'm just going to save you the hassle and teach you where to get all of these files. In order to get all of these files here, I'm not going to give you any link, but I'm just going to give you a QR code here wherein you can scan it with your QR code reader into your mobile phone so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can download all these files. So be sure to scan it now. And once you are in the website, go into the bottom, in the middle part of the website so that you can get the XEI file format of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And once you have downloaded that, hover down to the website in order for you to download the keys and the firmware files in the website. So be sure to check the entirety of the website in order to get all of these files here. So once you have a copy of all these files, then just copy them into your PC, just like mine here that I have put them into my desktop. So I'm going to assume now that you have already downloaded all of these files, it's time to install them into your Yuzu Emulator. To do this, just go to File, go to Open Yuzu folder, and then go to Keys folder here. And all you have to do is open Keys zip file here, and you have to drag and drop, copy and paste these files into that folder. This folder should be empty because it is your first installation. Closing that now. Now the next step is to install the firmware. To do this is just go to File, go to Open Yuzu folder, and go to NAND folder, and then go to System folder, and then Contents folder, and then Registered folder. And once done, open the firmware file, and then select all of these files and copy them and paste them into this folder. This will copy all of the firmware files from the Switch into your PC. So Again, this folder should be empty because this is your first installation. Once done, closing that. Now your Yuzu emulator is now fully capable of booting up and detecting Nintendo Switch games. You will know that it is successful because it will detect your Nintendo Switch games into your PC, and that it will show the game icons for that Nintendo Switch games and will add the details just like mine here. So what's the next step now? The next step now is to optimize your Yuzu emulator in order for it to play Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game. To do this, just go to Yuzu, go to Emulation, and go to Configure. Okay, once you are in Configure, just pause the video and copy my settings. So be sure to copy everything in order for it to work into your end. So this is for the General tab. Now go to the System tab. The language may differ depending on you. In the CPU tab, my accuracy is set to auto. In my Graphics tab, everything is set to this setting, so be sure to copy everything. My default settings for this is an OpenGL for my API, but some games will require you to change them into Vulkan, so be sure to check on that. And if you're having a performance issues regarding playing Nintendo Switch games, you might have to change the resolution into one-time resolution, which is the native resolution for the Switch. But for me, I'm gonna go for 2x resolution, because that will make the game more sharper and much more beautiful. Now go to Advanced tab. My accuracy level is set to high. I have checked use VSync, I have checked use Fast GPU Time Hack, and I have checked use Vulkan Pipeline Cache. And isotropic filtering is set to automatic. And then go to audio. Then everything is set to auto. And in controls, just connect your Nintendo Switch Pro controller, your Xbox, or your PlayStation here. And then just map them up according to your liking. And the dead zone should be set into 20% in order for it to have no performance issues regarding any Joy-Con drift while playing the game. So once done, all you have to do is just click on OK. Now your Yuzu emulator is now fully optimized to play Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game into your PC. So a little bit of disclaimer, I'm not going to show you a gameplay of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on this kind of content and they don't want it to be shown in the internet or in YouTube. Once I show you a gameplay of it using Yuzu emulator, then my channel will be taken down and my videos will be taken down. So I hope you guys do understand on that part. So as long as you have followed all the steps that I've shown you in this video tutorial, then you'll be able to play any Nintendo Switch games and you can play Kirby's Return to Dreamland with no issues at all. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer all of them. So please do subscribe to my channel, this will help me out. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.